Hello everybody, we're back to Aurora 4X. Just loaded up the stream again. Just take a couple moments to make sure everything's running. And I'll post in the Discord, in the Aurora 4X Discord, let people know I am streaming. All right. Let's get this show on the road. So, last time in Aurora 4X, we had... so we've been fighting some aliens that have been coming through the Montreal jump point over here. In particular, these aliens don't seem to care. Oh, thank you. That's useful. Useful pop-up there. In particular, these aliens don't seem to care much about sort of resting after they transition. So it's just... so they just come right into the system. Now, I have enough... the current ships that I've divided my fleet into two, are sufficient for now, but there's no telling if they've only been sending 2 ships at a time through, and I've been able to deal with them so far. But that might not last for a long time, so I've been thinking about things I could do with my current level of technology, which is not very sophisticated. And it has to be things that can be done quickly or right away, so I don't have time to set up a ton more infrastructure. And I've got... well, let me just say in terms of tech, my plan currently is to... Well, I do want to transition to ion engines eventually. That would be nice. But my next idea is I'd like to get a bit of basic laser tech done. And then I'd like to redesign the Mackenzie Escort here. Right now it's firing a ton of quad Gauss turrets. I want to change that. We'll keep some Gauss turrets on final defensive fire, but I'd like to get a few lasers on there too. Maybe they'll be on dual turrets or something like that, with a bit more range, slower fire rate, so a little less useful for missiles, although they'll be able to get like 1 or 2 shots off on the missiles, and maybe before they get into range. But they'll also be much more effective in just chasing down and actually destroying the ships. Because these types of alien ships, it seems, I can do quite well against just in melee range, as long as I keep being faster than them, and so far I am. The other reason why I want to get some kind of energy weapon capability is because we're gonna... Because the Montreal system is actually a nebula. And they're coming at me from here. They're coming at me in here. So if I want to pursue them through here, I need to have a weapon system that can deal with that. So that's kind of going to be the short-term plan in terms of tech. But more immediately, in terms of how I'm going to deal with these constant incursions, I'm fortunate, in a sense, that this jump point is literally in the path of the orbit of the Earth. So at most, it's going to be like 300 million kilometers away. So we're going to... Something we can do right now is build a PDC, design and build some PDCs on Earth. And my missiles have been quite effective, actually, against these alien ships coming into the system. So... yeah, I'm pretty... So PDCs are going to be... Oh, new subscriber. Thank you very much for subscribing. Although, yeah, there you go. Dokiv. Glad you are joining us. Yeah, I'm wondering... So I'm thinking some kind of missile. We'll have to design a new missile that has a longer range. Now, 300 million would be the minimum, assuming... Because we have to be able to fire at the jump point when Earth is down here. But we also need a bit of extra range, because what if the ship comes through and decides... I mean, mostly they kind of head towards us here, but what if they decided to shoot off in that direction? We do need to be able to catch up with it at some point. In fact, let's do a quick calculation here. So typically... So that's about 300 million kilometers, right? 300 million... I'm just doing this in another window here. 300 million kilometers. And typically, I mean, let's say my engine take is pretty bad, so the missiles are only going like 14,000 kilometers. Let's say I had a 20,000 kilometers per second missile. That's 15 seconds divided by... So we're talking maybe 4-hour flight time from Earth to the jump point at maximum, and in that amount of time, you know, if the ship was heading directly... I mean, we almost need to double the range. Hang on, because if they were... So it's about 15,000 seconds. If they were to transit and then start going that way, start going in the opposite directions almost immediately. The ships typically were a bit less than 3,000 kilometers per second. So that's as if... Yeah. I mean, a little less than that. I mean, they could get another 45 million kilometers out of range. So we really have to design something that has a range of like 350, maybe 400 million kilometers to guarantee hits. Now, that's a really long range, given my level of tech. So there are a couple of ways I could try to tackle that problem. We could design... Let me bring up the missile design site here. I think it still has my tech loaded. No, this must be for a different game because we don't have Ion. What do we have? I don't think we have Ion, right? I think it's just... Yeah, no, we don't. We just have a nuclear pulse. So, but what else do we have? I don't remember. Where are my missiles? There we go. All right, this is my current tech. As you can see, it is pretty bad. Oh, I had like 2 windows of this open, which is why... So this one I think is loaded. Oh, geez, my tech is not even 48, right? It's it's actually 32. Is that right? Oh my god. So bad. My tech is so bad. Let's see. Research missiles. Yep, I don't even have that. Okay. So that means... Ah, shit, I closed the window by accident. Alright, so we're at 32. We're at nuclear pulse. We're at 0.7. And we probably don't have that kind of acceleration. I don't think we have 200 multiplier yet. What do we have? Yeah, we got 175. All right. Now, these ships are actually pretty slow. Let's tune this down. I saw some... I'm not seeing much point defense. I just want to focus on the range here. What would this look like? Like, can we even do it on a size 6 missile? We can. I mean, I guess it's so generous because it's such a easy target to hit. If we were trying to hit something with like... Yeah, the hit chance would be terrible. But I guess the idea is it can be a pretty slow missile. See, because this missile, well, with all the fits, only 10,000. This is an anti-ship missile with 10,000 kilometers per second. That's how bad it is. But if we just are aiming for this... Yeah, 10,000 speed missile. Now, what if we... Let's play around with this. Increase the speed. I mean, increase the size. We'd get a... We get more bang for our buck here. It's still going to be very slow. Now, actually, this is an issue because if it's that much slower... So now I calculated the extra time that they could run away based on me, my missiles traveling at 20,000. But in this case, so I added an extra 50 million kilometers for the total distance they would travel in the time it would take my missile to reach them. But in this case, it would actually be, we'd actually have to arrange for a range of 400 million kilometers. Now, this is kind of pretty bad. I'm really not crazy about this design, just because it's kind of useless against everything except for these really crappy ships. Maybe... What about a two-stage design here? Let's just play around with this. What if we had a missile that only had to travel like 20 million kilometers to reach its target? And in fact, like, what if we made a decent missile that was useful in other situations? Right? Okay, apparently we can't because our tech is just too bad. But we could make it really small. So the idea would be this is something, and in fact, like what if we even had some sensor MSP in here? All right, I've got the beginnings of a plan here, but I need to look some stuff up because I don't remember how a lot of this works. Okay, so I got to read a little bit on this stuff. I'm also looking at let me look up here what I know about their sensor resolution. I mean their signatures. We were fighting like these guys, for example. So I had thermal signatures of around 400. Oh, it's not. No, it's not. It's not thermal strength. It's all right. Let me just play around with something. If I had, so my existing missile uses. This is basically my existing missile. No, it's got different things in here. But if, oh, I can give it a thermal sensor. Just out of curiosity, if I gave it a 1 MSP of thermal sensor. It's going to be able to detect 1,000. Yeah, that would. So that's not going to quite work out. What if I gave it an active sensor? And the active sensor resolution. These ships were. How big are these wrecks? $8,500. So yeah, I need way too much sensors. Mostly this is because my sensor tech is so bad. Because 1 MSP is only going to pick up these kinds of ships at like 400,000 kilometers. Well, yeah, I know that because, all right, so there could be a design where we just shoot a slower missile, but there's kind of that combination doesn't really make sense. All right, what if we just, I think here's what we're going to do. I'm trying to make my life a bit too complicated right now because I'm worried about shooting down ships that would be hard to shoot down. And I'm trying to kind of future-proof this whole thing, but in reality, that shouldn't be our concern. We just need to shoot down these particular guys. So we're just going to go with something that kills these particular guys. They don't travel super fast. In fact, they don't even travel this fast. They travel like this fast. I want to be roughly in this range. And I want to be doing at least 9 damage. Now, this hit chance is ridiculously low, so that's not good. Oh, 40,000, sorry. 400. For these kind of terrible ships, this is definitely an option. Now, let's see. What if we gradually increase the size here? 16 damage, but we're reducing our hit chance by 10%. What about 10? That's a nice round number. We could have some slightly beefier missiles like this. So these are just kind of slow missiles that are only designed to take out these easy to hit targets. But it's going to be easy to build and design this, and it will probably make my life a lot easier in terms of cleaning up all these aliens. So what we need to do, and this won't take a lot of research, so I'm going to move this over to the side here. We need to design a new missile engine. All right, this is going to be engine power mod was 305. The MSP for this engine is 4.08. Okay, we'll create that. So we'll research that in a second. And then we're also going to need a missile launcher for a size 10, which is going to be PDC based. And, you know, we're not, in this case, like, they're not shooting down the missiles very effectively. So, and also these are going to be in PDCs, so it's kind of easy to build in large quantities. So I'm kind of tempted to have a slower rate of fire here. Does that make any sense? I mean, a higher rate of fire. Like in terms of total, no, that doesn't really make any sense, because like suppose it takes 10 missiles to shoot them down, right? Let's do some math here. If it takes 10 missiles to destroy a ship, and I build 10 of these missile launchers, right? These small missile launchers with a huge reload rate. I fire all 10 and we're done, right? For the same space, I would have to build, like, given the same space PDC, that same space of PDC that's devoted to missile launchers, we would have 3 times fewer missile launchers. So we'd have to fire like 3 or 4 volleys, which would take like a few minutes in between volleys. So we're going to be doing more damage. Yeah, if there are more ships, this is going to be... Because just so far, I haven't seen them actually shoot down many of my missiles. I think we're going to go with the fast reload rate. This is going to allow me to just continuously shoot at more missiles at multiple targets and take out the whole swarm of them faster. So that is going to be the plan. Okay, now I need a fire control. missile fire control. This is for a big ship with my terrible sensor tech. And we need to be able to shoot at like 400. God, size 18. It's so big. Okay, create that fire control. Okay, we don't need to worry about this, about finding them, about pinging them on sensors, because we've got ships to do that. But we do need the fire control. So let's research these things. Let's pause this guy. Let's actually cancel this thing. So let's get the missile. Oh, actually, we even need to cancel this guy. All right, let's get the engine done. Let's get the missile launcher done. And then the fire control is actually going to take forever. It's going to be massive, right? Yeah, that's pretty big. And let's get you done. And then we'll build a PDC on Earth. And, well, we'll design our missile. We'll fill it. We'll be able to build that at a high capacity on Earth. And that will give us an alternative. And that'll free up some of our ships to go do other stuff. Okay, let's get our events back on here. Let's go forward in time. Orders complete. I don't know what I was doing, so... Oh, I was heading back to patrol here at the jump point until the second half of my fleet, which was on Earth, is coming to relieve them. Okay. We had the Claymore was one of the ships that took a bit of a beating in the fight. It ate a lot of missiles to the face, but none of its systems were affected. It only it just suffered some armor damage. This we'll name this. This is a tiny little. We should have here the nitrogen should join with this task group, and then we'll rename them. The Claymore should go to this task group and rejoin it. Actually, it is part of that formation, right? Whatever, let's give it back to the... Yeah, it is back. All right, so you head back there. Now, that formation itself, I believe this task group is... Oh. Weren't you guys... Didn't I tell... Oh, I didn't select it. Didn't I tell you guys? Yes, you are here already. Good. So you guys can go home. And in particular, they need to they're fine on maintenance, but they need to refuel. So let's make sure they do that. So let's go, might as well refuel, resupply. I guess we'll overhaul a little bit while we're back home. Okay. Oh, the Claymore is actually... It was still repairing stuff? Well, whatever. Maybe I misinterpreted. Maybe I didn't read correctly. Oh, I thought I misread the event. What was the event? Oh, I never told it to repair stuff. I just had it like move to Earth and it did that, but I never actually had the shipyard at Earth repair it. Whoops. My bad. So it's only been repairing stuff using its onboard maintenance points. Mackenzie. Repair. What do you mean? Oh, it's not a Mackenzie. It's a Restigouche. Good. That'll repair its armor. Okay, we've been searching and rescuing the survivors from our own ships and the survivors from the alien ships. Okay, new hostile contact, but this is a new class, so watch, all the plans that I've just made turn out to be completely useless. Well, it appears to be very similar, because it is an 85,000 ton vessel with a similar thermal strength. All right, Quebec Task Group, you are up. So we are going to have them. Now there's two contacts here. I thought it was Macau, but it's McKay. This is, I think, based on a Brazilian theme. My Brazilian is a little rusty. I'm not sure if it should be a hard A. It could be Masai, Makai. We'll go with Makai. That's how we're going to pronounce it. So we're going to have the fleet follow these guys. And by the way, I'm not setting a minimum distance to target because I'm firing Gauss cannons who the maximum range is like 20,000 kilometers anyways, which is basically zero distance. So I don't think it makes a big difference. So we're going to have you follow the second one. We're going to fire our missiles at the first one. How many? We've got 4. We've got 4 salvos we can fire. Now I forget how many, when we had, because it was yesterday, when we fired with the other task group, I split the missiles. Yeah, we don't know about these guys. We also don't know how fast they are. All right, we'll fire on the first one, on the other one, and we'll follow this guy. So let's take a look here, F8. Okay. I'm going to target this guy. Assign that target. Spread that to the rest of the class in the task group. Good. And you're going to open fire. The rest of my ships here, which have just point defense, are going to be targeting this guy. And so is this guy here. So that's your target. Now we're not in range yet, so they're not going to fire, but when they do get in range, we might see some fireworks. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, so they're moving. They're still not moving super fast, so that's good. And we have more information about their sensors. They've turned on some active sensors here on this design. This seems similar to the previous design. We'll see. Okay. So I mean, the weapons aren't ready because we're still kind of frozen in panic here, but we should get underway shortly, I would hope. Huh. Okay, I was not expecting that. What is the range here? So they're actually firing... They actually have energy weapons. This is new. Okay, let's look at this damage here. Oh, guys, this is terrible. They have energy weapons, and they're better than our energy weapons. We are in big shit. Okay, let's get more details here. All right. So they targeted obviously they targeted my leader because it has a sensor. It's got the huge signature. A lot of things were destroyed. So let's take a look. Our armor got completely blown up. We've lost our engineering, the sensor itself, the engine. I mean, we basically lost all systems. Let's see if we can get the engine running again. Also, we need to get the other task group. Oh shit, it's already made it home and it's already overhauling. No, cancel the overhaul. There's a penalty to canceling an overhaul, which would never occurred to me that I might be in that situation. Abandon the overhaul. And then you can head back that way. Did the... where is that ship? The Claymore is also being overhauled, because I told it to overhaul, because why not, right? Cancel that overhaul. Let me know when you're done. So the only other ships that we have that can do anything are these folks. So they need to go and get busy. Of course, it'll take them forever. But because that guy has an active sensor. Now, fortunately, actually, they're within range of my tiny active sensor that's designed for missiles. So that's a blessing in disguise. But, okay, the other thing we need to do is we need to have our Gauss-fire cannons. That's not what I want. I want this. We need to have... Oh, wait, the sulfur just blew up. I didn't see that in the... Here. You need to open fire. I didn't see that in the events. Damage, 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 damage. Oh no, it wasn't destroyed, but it dropped out of the task group because its engines are blown up and it can't do anything. Right? Yeah. That's what happened. Okay. Let's move forward in time. Yeah, the sulfur is kind of screwed because it can't... I mean, I'm telling it to repair itself, but it can't. We'll see how... we'll have to relieve it. We'll have to go save it after. So, they fired. Now it's been 5 seconds. They haven't fired again. They still haven't fired. This next volley, I bet you, is going to destroy the sulfur. Let's see. My ships still haven't responded. They still haven't fired anything. There we go. So they fire weapons on a 15-second cycle. And they just blew up the sulfur. And my guys are still not responding and not doing anything. And yet, you know, I have actually been training this task group, like, basically ever since it... ever since they got built. So they have no excuse. Now, in hindsight, you know, I've been parking my guys at the jump point because the traditional sort of doctrine is, oh, now they want to fire, but all of a sudden things are out of range. Yeah, because you let them get out of range. So, okay, actually, I've got a notion here to change up my targets, and I don't know if this is... Ooh, because only one of them has active sensors. No, but it's the same design. So if I blow this guy up, they'll just turn on the active sensors on the other ship. I was going to suggest blowing up the Mackay 1 instead of the 2, but that's not going to make a difference. Yeah, so I've been parking my ships here because the idea is, as a hostile alien transits into our system, it would be kind of stunned for a little bit. Let's get the colony ship ready to pick up the survivors too. Oh, you still got to unload the survivors. Well, we'll queue it up after that. You know, normally they're stunned, and then the idea is you can start shooting at them before they wake up. But right now, and the idea is that your delay in acknowledging the orders is shorter than the time they are stunned. Okay, that works in theory. In this case, they have no delay, and we're just sitting there kind of twiddling our thumbs, picking our noses before we actually shoot them. So this is a very bad way of doing things, right? It's a very bad way of doing things. So I should just be waiting somewhere off to the side and just shoot at them when they come through. Okay, not only that, as I'm speaking, I realize that this is also a terrible tactic because I'm following them, but why am I following them? I don't want to... They're shooting me with energy weapons. I want to run away. Because I was thinking, yeah, I'll use my energy weapons too, but I can kill them with missiles in like another few minutes once my second salvo reloads. So this is like doubly stupid. So, guys, I'm really bad at this game. Okay, let's head back to the jump point. God, that was dumb. Okay, let's move back here. Like, we want to get out of range of... And I'm kind of trying to get in range. This is pretty stupid. Well, okay, hopefully... I also don't know what the range of his energy weapons are, by the way. Okay, let's parse through that. And now that I say that, I've just... I've also realized something else. All right, let's parse what the hell happened here. Let's get more. More. Okay, here we go. So they've got some point blanks. We got a lot of impacts. This is also a 3 armor type of vessel. A lot of my missiles missed. Hit. Streaming atmosphere. Aha, it looks like we did get in range of our Gauss cannons. And they started hitting the number 2 ship. However, it looks like they're also now firing back on one of my ships, one of the Mackenzies, the Brussels in particular. So we'll take a look at how it's doing in just a second. Okay, we'll take a look at the Brussels. All right, a few things come to mind here. First of all, let's get rid of these events. Okay, I was afraid just now, if my salvo of missiles had not killed that first ship, then it actually is a mistake. Like, then I do want to track them down, and it's probably worth staying in an engage. No, because they're not shooting missiles at me. Silly. Okay, it is a correct decision to run away. To create distance here. That is the correct decision. Okay, I've shot down one of their ships. So it is correct. However, I need them to stay within, like, my range is, I only have one active sensor here, and it's my anti-missile active sensor, because they killed the other ship with the sensor. So, in fact, the true order that we need to give is to, and this active sensor, let's actually check this here. So my active sensor wait a minute, no, this is wrong. I want I don't want the passive sensors. I mean, it's good that I have that, but I need my signature detection range. Show signature detection range. I want there has to be a way to show this, and I'm just doing it wrong. Okay, I don't care about the passive sensor. I care about my active sensor. All right, it's telling me that it can... So this is the 200K range, but that's only for missiles. I want to be able to visually see how far out my active sensor that's configured for resolution 1, how far out it can see the ship at resolution 8500. And I'm not sure how to do that. But look, we're fine. We can still see them. So we can have this guy follow the contact at, let's give it a minimum distance of 200,000 kilometers. But we'll pull back. I mean, we might blow it up before any of this is relevant, but what I'm curious to see is I don't know what the range of their weapons is. So I'd like to stay out of range of their weapons. Okay, let's move forward in time here. Oh, I was going to check on the Brussels. Shit. Not this, but here. Okay, took quite a beating. Damage control. We lost some fuel apparently, but I think we'll be okay, right? Yeah. We're fine on fuel. Destination contact not found for this task group. Probably I had them on the task group that I just blew up. Yep. Let's have it rush over here. This is not going to be relevant, I don't think, but just in case. Like, I think we're going to blow it up before it's an issue. All right. Oh, this ship got its engines blown up, I think. By our... this ship got its engines blown up when we got in range with our Gauss cannons. All right, they shot back at us. At the Brussels again, it lost its engines, so it is now a sitting duck. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, it's in bad shape. Okay, so I keep coming back and forth on this issue, but my notion was to get out of range so that they would stop firing at me. That's why I had my ships turn around. However, it's taking too long to get out of range, and I assumed that they were going to keep moving, but now apparently that ship has stopped. And it's actually going to be faster for me to just close in and finish it with my guns than to actually... because it's no longer moving forward. So this has been an amazing example of just absolutely terrible command decisions on my part. constantly changing my orders. Meanwhile, my missile ships are freaking out because they don't know what to target. All right, they destroyed the Brussels. And they're not moving, so they just stood out of range here. So we're just going to keep taking shots from them. All right, they're targeting the short sword now, one of the missile cruisers. Okay, so in fact, as you can see now, it is them that were trying to stay out of range of me, and we just made their life super easy when we decided. Okay, they were moving south at the beginning, right? Why were they moving in this direction? I thought it's because they were heading like towards Earth, okay? Which, to be fair, is a reasonable assumption. They've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff, right? So I figured, oh, I want to create separation. I'll just stop and let them outrun me, and then we'll be safe. But what actually ended up happening is I stopped, and then they stopped, and they just started shooting at me when they were outside my weapon range. So I basically sacrificed like another ship or two that I didn't have to. Now we're going to close within range. Now it's the short sword has been, its engines have been damaged, but it's still functioning. Also, it's a missile cruiser, so it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look. Let's get a look at it here. Yeah, it's taken quite a beating. One of its engines is out. And a lot of its fuel is out. It's probably going to take another hit, but we'll have to see who kills who first. All right, the short sword is still standing. Let's take a more detailed look at this report. So we hit it with a bunch more Gauss bullets. It's still recycling. Its weapons are still sort of on cooldown. We hit it again. but it wasn't enough to take it out. So I'm expecting another hit to rock the short sword this next time increment that might destroy it, because we weren't able to take it out in the intervening time. Let's see. Yep. They took out the short sword. I only have 2 ships now with the Gauss cannons shooting at it, so I'm actually not doing a ton of damage. I'm doing some damage every time increment, but not a ton. We have slowed it down, but it's not yet streaming atmosphere, I don't think. Yep. Let's hope. Here we go again. More damage dealt. Let's get lucky. Ah, not quite. We hit one more of its engines, as you can see here, but we didn't kill it. And now it's going to shoot back. Now, what does it shoot at is the big question. Looks like it shot at... I'm not sure what it shot at. Let's hang on. Let's see here. It's shooting at the Talwar. Okay. And it's shooting at another missile cruiser. They're more valuable to me in the long run, but in this immediate fight, they're actually... It's the Gauss cannons that are going to win me this fight. So I'm actually quite happy that that's the ship it's targeting. Okay. We've almost... I think we're close to having destroyed it here. It is finally streaming atmosphere. Okay, we might get it on this next salvo. Please kill it. Still not. It's streaming atmosphere now. Maybe, you know, its weapon systems have been damaged. Also, you know, it shot one volley at the Talwar, but let's actually see how the Talwar is doing. Its armor's kind of okay. No internal systems have been damaged. There's a good chance it could survive this next volley. Let's see. It did survive the volley, but it took quite a beating. We lost 3 missile launchers, the fire control. Oh, we lost the magazines, but fortunately the magazines didn't explode. Let's start to work on the engines. Meanwhile, somehow this ship is still not... It still hasn't been destroyed. Alright, we got 10 more seconds before it fires again. Alright, we've... Oh, they're repairing their engines. Apparently faster than we can shoot at them. Our Navy's so pathetic. I mean, we're shooting at it, but... Oh, shit! I hit 5 days accidentally. That is not what I meant. But... yeah, I don't think we... Hang on. Did I... It's just a habit to hit 5-day time increments. But yeah, the last increment was... It stopped it. It's only 5 seconds because we're in the middle of a gunfight here. It's not going to go 5 days into the future. Oh, but that's weird. It's as if it didn't. It's as if my guys didn't shoot. Oh no, here they are. Here's the damage. That's the thing. It's streaming atmosphere. It's like virtually destroyed now. But they're still shooting at me. And now the Talwar might go down in this next volley. Let's see. It looks like we survived. Let's take a detailed look here. Energy impact. Okay, we finally killed it. Oh, that was grueling. That was rough. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so let's so these are the only ships we have left. Oh guys. All right. Now, to be fair, you know, they just have a better design than we do, but I made some costly mistakes early on. I pretty sure I could have saved 2 more of these ships. I'm at least 2. I think we would have lost 1 ship for sure in the opening barrage, but I think I could have definitely saved 2 more of them. But I sort of misinterpreted their movements, and I kind of zigzagged back and forth. And in the minutes that it took my crews, you know, who were indecisive and not responding to orders, they just blasted me with their energy weapons. So lessons were learned. Okay, we need to get this ship back into port to get fixed up. Now, what about the Claymore? I was having it abandon its overhaul because I needed them to desperately come out. And it's true, we do need them to desperately come out. So I'm fine with you abandoning your overhauls. You guys need to haul ass. Now, that being said, I should definitely, while I'm in town, we need to pick up some ammo. I thought, I could be wrong, but it was my impression that I could refuel with this, restock my ships in a single click. But this will do it only for the one ship. I wanted something for the whole fleet. That seems like an oversight. There's got to be a button for it somewhere. Anyways, we can do it here. Oh, these are the ones that are still out in space. Okay. What do we do with this task group? They just gotta stay out here. Now, what they are going to do, however, is they're going to target the jump point. Let's remove this. They're going to target the jump point. And they are going to keep it at a distance of here. Actually, we're going to let's close these events so we can see clearly. We're going to just create a waypoint where we want them. And we're going to wait like 500,000 kilometers out. I'll say 1,000,000 kilometers. Well, okay, no, let's calculate this. Let's be smart about it. So let's, so typically it takes my guys like a minute at least to wake up, right? And then I shoot missiles, and the missiles will take, some time getting to where they're going. Actually, I gotta turn that off. Hang on. Yeah, so we need, let me do some math here. So if I was shooting, my missiles are going 14,000 kilometers per second. And let's say I'm out 1,000,000 kilometers. It's going to take them 71 seconds to travel that distance. Good to know. So that's, for all intents and purposes, basically instantaneous. Now, their ships are traveling at like 2,400 meters per second, kilometers per second. So it's going to take them 420 seconds to catch up with me. But it takes me like almost 2,000 seconds to reload my missiles. So I need to be 5 times further out, at least maybe 6 times further out. So we need to be like, let's say 8,000,000 kilometers out, roughly speaking. So we'll make a waypoint somewhere here. We can delete these waypoints. I don't need them anymore. But we are going to add a waypoint here. We'll call it, well, whatever. Add to selected, add to the selected body. Well, the jump points don't move anyways, so that's fine. So we're going to wait at that waypoint. You're going to go to waypoint 1. And you're also going to go to waypoint 1. And you're going to go to waypoint 1. Once you're done your overhaul, and you're going to go there once you're done canceling your overhaul. Okay. And that's that. Oh, we need to queue up the welcome sheep. Thanks for subscribing. I hope to keep doing this a little bit, so hope to get your feedback if you do watch this. Okay, let's queue up the colony ship here. The colony ship is actually also the interrogation ship, apparently. So, sulfur, rescue these guys, rescue these guys, rescue these guys, and then interrogate these guys. So we lost 3 ships. Must have screwed up these orders. Oh, yeah, we don't need that guy. Should just be this guy here. Oh, and the targets. We need to tell these ships to stand down. Okay, so our friendly aliens, because remember, there's a bajillion aliens in here. Oh, it's not the system view I want, it was the map view. All right, I don't think I showed this since I started the stream today. So this is what's going on. So we started here. We discovered a nebula in Montreal. Then we discovered aliens in the Regina system, who turned out to be quite friendly. We sent a Diplo team. They offered us trade and stuff like that. But we also detected some explosions in their system. Let's go there. Let's do a sort of status update. So, yeah, we met their system, and you see their wrecks all over the place. So they've been fighting some aliens. We didn't know at the time what aliens they were. Then we continued our exploration, and we found aliens in the Thunder Bay system. And we spoke with them, and they're friendly too, and so we discovered more aliens there. And these aliens are also, somehow they're connected. These systems must connect somehow. Or maybe they got through, I don't know. Actually, it looks like we finished the... Oh, no, we finished the survey, but there might be unexplored jump gates. Let me just take a look here. I forget. No, this is a dead-end system. So actually, I'm not sure, I forget now, if the second race of aliens was only in this system or if they were down this chain down here. Anyways, I know now they're in this chain. So there are 2 different races of friendly aliens. Then, as we were just scouting down here, one of our survey ships got shut up in the Quebec system, and those turned out to be hostile aliens. So we started preparing, our little fleet that we were going to go off and show them a lesson. I'm wagging my finger in midair. And just as that happened, we got hostile contacts in the nebula here. Now, we didn't have anything. We might have had just like a scout out there. We had hostile contacts in this system, and which was a different hostile aliens to the ones in the Quebec system. So that's why they're called the Montreal aliens, because we first encountered them here. But we identified that these were the same aliens that had been attacking the aliens in the Regina system. And then very shortly thereafter, they came right through into the Sol system and have launched several attacks so far. And this is... not here. This is what they look like. So we have the Ab Imperium. These were the guys in the Regina system. We're quite friendly with them. They've given us trade access. So yeah, nice people. We have the Maladar Association, also very friendly people. And then we have these guys, which we've been fighting. And we also have these guys. But these guys we've barely touched. Apparently there's a race called Nairobi. That's an odd name for a race. It's going with my theme of, which is Nations of Earth, but it is a bit strange. Anyways, so yeah, so these are the two hostile alien species. So there's a lot of activity in this game so far. The aliens from Regina, I think, the ABBA Collective, have been building, or one of the two friendly aliens, I forget which ones, they've been building jump gates all over the place. So now we're connected, well, it just said we lost the signal, but I'm pretty sure this ship here is a jump gate construction ship, so I'm not sure what happened exactly there. Okay. All right, the Talwar, it's moving back under its own power, but we are doing a bit of damage control ourselves. We can start repairing the other engine. Of course, we'll repair it once it gets to Earth. We found a new system. You know, we've been scouting all these systems, and normally that's all I'd be thinking about at this stage in the game. It's like, oh yeah, we'll have some beautiful colonies here. We'll have, we'll set up mines there. Right now, no chance. Okay, we were geosurveying here. Looks like we're almost done. Or done completely? Yeah, done completely. So this is way up here to the northwest. If he's done the geosurvey, he can go to Cambridge, I guess, and help over there. Okay, let's have these two task groups merge. Of course, that'll be instantaneous. Tower has made it back to Earth. Let's have it repaired. Now, I would love to build a ton more ships, but we're pretty tight in the finances, so I can't afford to do much shipbuilding. We're fine in the minerals department. It's just our wealth is not doing great. What are we doing in the industry? I'm building a military academy, I guess. We only have the level 1 military academy. Now, both of the slipways here are busy repairing ships, but I think it might not be crazy to queue up a few more Mackenzies here. As much as we can afford it. We were at plus 50 in terms of wealth. Let's take a look what we're at now. Minus 11, yeah, so that's all we can afford in terms of production. We've rescued a whole bunch of people. Let's head back to Earth and unload the survivors. We've been doing interrogations on these captured aliens. I don't know if we've discovered anything, though. Yeah, not much. All right. Right now, we're pretty vulnerable. We've got a handful of ships with a handful of missiles looking over the jump point. We are waiting. We had started an overhaul on our other task force, but I think that is not wise. So we're trying to get those ships out of overhaul and back into active service as soon as possible. We've been doing capacity expansion on this shipyard because we had designed a collier and sort of support ship, which was pretty large. Was it the collier or was it? Jeez, I forget now. We had a jump tender too. Hang on. No, it's the collier. It's the collier. This one. So I want to build that. Of course, in our current circumstance, this doesn't seem as super important in the sense that this was designed to be able to actually go and conduct operations outside the Sol system. Currently, we're just barely hanging on as it is. But on the off chance that we do kind of stabilize the situation here, it would be good to have that capacity. My missile cruisers can fire 4 or 5 volleys. Okay, looks like we finally got out of overhaul. So let's remove all this stuff. Let's head to the waypoint 1. And how's the Claymore doing? Oh, it's ready too. Let's go to waypoint 1. So we can recombine the fleet. Actually, we're not going to recombine the fleet. The missile cruisers that are here, once these guys come to relieve them, they're going to go head back to Earth and reload with missiles. Okay, so we're going to combine... Actually, we're going to do a few things. First of all, okay, the leaders... No, the missile destroyers are going to head back to Earth to pick up ammo. I guess I might as well refuel. Resupply. Load on. I see, I knew there was a... I was looking for that button everywhere in the menus. I'm such an idiot. Okay. You're going to do that. And then... Hang on, we'll get back to you in a second. We're going to take this task group and merge it into this one. I'm going to rename this because you know, I was going to have this task group go fight these aliens, the other task group go fight the other aliens. Forget it. We need everybody to fight these guys. So this is going to be the Soul Defense Force. This task group is now empty. This task group is going to do what it was doing, and then it's going to turn around and rejoin the Soul Defense Force. Done. Also, let me just make sure that my active sensors, yeah, they're on. Let's make sure they're on for everybody. Okay. Oh, and the Claymore. Sorry, buddy. All right, we're full on ammo, doing good on fuel. Maintenance clock is fine. These ships have about 2 years maintenance and supplies, so that should be long enough, I hope, that they can stay out there until I can get my PDCs online. I say that, but I'm really not convinced. Okay, what is this ship? You're ready to go out scouting again. You can go up north. In Saskatoon, Kitchener, that's fine. The Talwar got its ass kicked. How's it doing? How are we doing in terms of shipyards here? Yeah, you're done. Okay. Let's, we're going to go ahead and just queue up another one. And we've also lost a few of these guys. I'm going to queue one up. We're going to spend some of this accumulated money. I'm going to unpause this slipway multiplication project. So we're going to resume construction. Had I paused anything else here? Oh, these are just freighters. Yeah, I don't need them right now. Okay. Here we go again. Okay, this is a brand new ship. Here we go again, folks. This is a brand new design. It appears to be twice as big. It's got a much bigger, proportionally bigger thermal signature. Well, let's shoot at it with missiles. Assign the target. Spread that assignment everywhere. That's weird. Somehow the missiles on these guys got unassigned to their fire control. And not only that, but the missiles... Whoop! Oh, no. Yeah, so all these assignments kind of got undone. So good thing I checked. See, I'm learning, guys. Okay. Missiles are set. Open fire. By the way, what's our PD set to? We've had problems with this in the past. Final fire. Final fire is good. Not final fire self only, but final fire for everybody. That is what we want. Okay, nothing's on auto fire. Let's have at it, guys. Okay, we're learning all about the ship. Fortunately, it's still as slow as the old one is. So my calculations should still hold. I think we have enough time to fire 2 volleys of missiles before it gets to us. And they're on sync fire, so... Okay. Missiles have been launched. We'll go a bit faster here. We'll go in chunks in 30-second chunks. We're reloading. By the way, let's if I zoom in here. Interesting. They're not even heading towards us. They're heading off to the west. I don't even know what's in that direction, but okay. All right, so I think the flight time for this is on the order of minutes. So let's move time forward on that time scale. Oh, it appears it is changing course. Okay, perfect. Perfect timing. Let's see what happens. All right, let's unpack this. Okay, got a lot of missile impacts here, as you can see, although a lot of them missed. And we destroyed it. Got some secondary power system explosions. Good, we took it out. Okay. Job well done. Clear your targets. Believe we have some quote-unquote survivors to go pick up. Let's do that. And back to life as usual. So if we look at, what happened, we're just parked out here about 12,000 kilometers, 10,000, 12,000 kilometers away from the waypoint. And it barely made it this far into the Sol system before it was shot down by our missiles. An outcome I'm quite satisfied with. However, at this rate, we might not have enough missiles to keep this going. This time we got 2 ships. But they're both pretty big. So what I need to do actually is I should have paid more attention. I need to go back and read this a bit more closely. I need to count. Why doesn't it? All right, we'll just look through it visually. I need to see how many missiles it took to actually blow it up. Okay, so 10 missiles. So how many salvos is really what I need? So 1 salvo, 2 salvo, second salvo, third salvo, fourth salvo, by the third salvo, it was streaming atmosphere. No, even by the first salvo, at the end of the second salvo, it was already streaming atmosphere. Third salvo, still streaming atmosphere. Fourth salvo, streaming atmosphere still. Fifth salvo, more atmosphere. Sixth salvo, it was destroyed. So it takes 6 full salvos of missiles because a lot of them are missing. So that means that we can't really be more sort of efficient. We just have to split our... we just have to fire at one and then fire at the other because we only got 6 ships. So let's do it. We have enough. We have enough missiles. So shoot at the first one. Assign. Spread the targets to everybody in the fleet. Open fire. Okay, it's still the same slow kinds of ships, although this one has even bigger sensors. Interestingly, they seem to be heading in a different direction this time. They're heading sort of to the southeast. Okay, we've launched our missiles. Are they moving? Yeah, just very slowly. Okay. Let's go 5 minutes. The game is auto pausing in 30-second increments because it suspects there might be some kind of interaction here. So that's fine. We'll just keep going in 2-minute chunks. Which are actually 30-second chunks. I'm just, should it ever allow me. So there was enough time between the last ship and this ship, and the last ship coming in and these ships coming in, that I can, after I kill these, which hopefully I'll be able to, I can zip back and reload and come and head right back here. So that is the plan. Okay, let's go 30 seconds. Yeah, they seem unclear. I'm not sure what they wanted to do this time. Okay, let's see what happened here. Okay, what happened is they shot at us too, and our PD was not set up correctly. Which is kind of annoying because that tends to be happening a lot. Let's. They have missiles that are basically the same speed as mine. Now, what? Why? Why is the question? My active sensors are on, so I should have seen the missiles coming. And alright, why are we like in? What is going on? Why is it giving me this? Alright, there we go. Okay. Why, my friends? Were you not ready to fire? So in particular, it's the Cutlass that got shot. Fair enough. Were they in fact... Hang on. This will be really annoying if that's what it is, but let's just take as an example the Moricambe. If I set you to final defensive fire... Yeah, self. It's not on self only. It is just on self. So all of these guys should have shot at that missile. And none of them did. Okay, I get it. Because the game did not slow it down to a 5-second increment, I assumed that it was going to do that. So, let's do the math here. Their missiles travel about 70,000 kilometers in 5 seconds. So in 30 seconds, they could be from outside even our sensor range, because my sensors for my targeting sensors here, let's take a look. Not here, down here. Yeah. My active sensors for missiles were designed to work with my Gauss cannons. Obviously, they have some shortcomings, so their maximum range is only 200,000 or 250,000. So 30 seconds worth of travel time for their missiles is more than that range. So that's what happened. What I thought is that I was doing 30 seconds, but I thought I was doing 5-second subpulses and it was going to stop, but it didn't. So the end result of that is that the Cutlass got beat up. Let's see how it's doing. Okay, every time that's happening, that's a bit annoying. The armor got hit. Damage control. It's not too bad. We only lost one missile launcher. Oh, no, we lost the missile fire control. Let's get that going as soon as possible, because we're going to have to fire another volley soon. And now because our PD on frontal defensive fire actually has a good chance of shooting down these missiles of theirs. So, okay, we've learned more things. So we really do have to be careful and go in 5-second increments. By the way, we also now know very clearly why they were just putzing around here, because we're playing missile dance here. But I think I'm gonna win. Yeah, now we're seeing the missiles. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to get this guy back into the task group. Although, it's worth... Okay, so there was some mystery earlier as to whether on final defensive fire, my point defense would actually shoot down a missile targeted at something in another task group. So assuming these missiles are heading for the Cutlass, we're going to sacrifice you for science. Okay. Well, I don't know what they were... Well, this is going to... Wall of text. We'll never know, because we shot down all the missiles. I think. That's what it looks like. Yep, we shot down all the missiles, so we'll never know if those missiles were aimed at the Cutlass or not. Meanwhile, how are our guys doing? Almost there. Oh, okay. So that was a bunch of missiles. Let's see what happened here. This is a much bigger volley, it appears. But why did they not see them? I was clicking 5 seconds at a time, so that is weird. That I do not understand yet how that could have possibly happened. Because this time, like, why didn't we... That doesn't really make sense. The missiles had to have been picked up, because in 5 seconds they can't travel more than my search sensor. And now the fire control isn't that, but it's final defensive fire, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, look, maybe I clicked 30 seconds by accident, but that is not what I think has happened here. All right, how bad is it? I am kind of mystified by that last bit. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh. So they appear to have much better PD on this vessel. So on the first salvo, 10 got shot down, 2 made it through. Then one of them hit, 1 missed. Then in the next salvo, okay, all 12 got through. And we blew up their hull, so they're streaming atmosphere. On the third salvo, okay, it's not that bad. On the third salvo, everything got through. Fourth salvo, yeah. So we only shot down 10 missiles. Fourth, then the fifth salvo. And... all right, good. We got it. But this is like, we're lucky. This is just barely enough. We're just doing barely enough damage to these guys. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to retarget to the other guy. But I want to link up the Cutlass to the main task group again, so they can sync up the next volley. No, I'll just do it here. Okay. F8. I don't know why it's no longer selecting the Sol system by default. That's kind of annoying. Alright, let's have you targeting this guy. Assign class and system, target, whatever. Let's make sure all the targets are set. They are. The Cutlass... Oh, the Cutlass still doesn't have a fire control. What's the ETA on that, buddy? Yes, that's why it doesn't really matter. God damn it. Cutlass. How can I tell what the ETA is going to be? Doesn't say. Let me see if I can look up the formula. I do not know. I mean, I doubt it'll be ready before the next volley of missiles has to be fired. The problem is that's going to cost us like another... I don't know if 5 volleys is enough to shoot down this ship is the issue here. Look, we'll do what we can. We've got another 285 seconds. Sorry, 885 seconds. I'm going to auto-turns this at 5 seconds, because I'm still paranoid about the incoming missiles. Alright, guys. This is bullshit. Why isn't the PD firing? I mean, even the ship's own PD didn't fire. Nothing fired. We're not on auto fire. Last time we discovered that caused us problems. All right, I'm going to try to figure this out. Alright, Final Defense Fire should fire. There really isn't. This is so weird. Thinking. And we're going to potentially eat another shot here. This time, that's an interesting thing. Let's take a look. Let's go back here in time to the last time we shot down the missiles was here. Yeah, you see, but even here, notice how... Here, let me go back even more. 800, right? So the Cutlass gets speed up a little bit. Cerberian is asking if I open fire on the Firecons. The thing I was looking at was... I'm not sure what you... Rick Khan, you're asking what flavor is the shot? I'm not sure what you mean. They're Gauss cannon. Quad turret Gauss cannons are my PD weapons. Unless you're literally referring to an alcoholic drink, a shot, in which case I'm not... I'm just having a cup of coffee. So I was thinking maybe it could be that, like notice here, we've detected the hostile missile contact. Here we didn't, and then it just ran into us. So I thought, oh, that's why. We didn't pick it up. Actually, that raises an interesting question. Ah, I am figuring something out. Hang on, it might be related. Okay, I think I'm onto something. I'm trying to recreate my sensor here. Aha. Okay, the mystery is solved. So, here is the problem. So thanks so much, by the way, to Sir Beardian, whose name in the Discord is literally Sir Beardian-Aurora Guru, who knows so much about this game. Also streams, by the way, although I haven't had the chance to watch his content. But yeah. So he asked a bunch of really good questions, but I was already onto something. So I've determined, right, by looking at this, you can tell that the only time I actually shot down the missiles was when I made was when I actually made contact, made a sensor contact with them before shooting down, before getting shot at. So the issue isn't that the PD isn't firing. Well, it is that they're not firing, but the reason it's not firing is because it's not even seeing the missiles. And I thought that doesn't make sense. I've got a missile sensor that's supposed to detect missiles, like, right, it's got a resolution 1 out to 250 kilometers, and these missiles are more than resolution 1. So... Oh, he's saying he's not getting any sound. Let me check here. See if there's a sound problem. And these missiles are more than resolution 1. So no, we're good on sound. He's not getting any sound. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good on sound. So, yeah, so I was like, hey, I've got a sensor that should be able to detect these things, size 1 at 250K. So it's going to be able to detect these size, whatever they are, size 6, much further out, first of all. So there's no way they're skipping through the range. But take a look at this sensor. This is the tech that I built it with. So welcome to the stream. Thanks, by the way, so much for your help in figuring this out. So I'm just going through it. So this is the sensor that I had designed, something like this. It was probably, yeah, I was thinking, 250 kilometers, that'll be more than enough. And I didn't look down here. And just because in my mind, like, one missile size was one hull size, right? But no, it's not true. Somebody has confirmed that one hull size, so one missile size is a 20th of a hull size, which totally explains why this sensor is basically complete garbage and completely useless. So that explains what's been going on. This is very bad news for dwindling forces, which are getting shot at. We did kill one of them, but we're gonna take a bit of a beating because we still have 850 seconds before the next missile launch. Now we do need to make a better sensor. So we need to be able to detect these missiles. It'll have to be bigger than that. Well, actually, let's see what size missiles are they. Do I even know what size missiles? Let's see if... Oh, no, those are my missiles, not their missiles. Yeah. Do I have that in here? Where would I see... Where would I see that? Oh, size 3. It says it right there. Okay. So their missiles are size 3, actually. So we do need to really make this sensor precise. That's really annoying that it's suddenly switched. That must be some weird Windows thing going on. All right, active sensor. Okay, so we need to make this really precise because it needs to be, the range is going to be even smaller than this. So we need to have like, well, at minimum it needs to be more than 70,000 because that's the current speed of their missiles. Off the top of my head, the formula goes, it's kind of in a square root progression, which is about right. Here we're dividing, yeah, so I think we need like, at least I'd feel comfortable with a size 3, I think. Oh. Okay. All the missiles are treated as size 6 for detection. Good. Don't need to panic for that. So in that case, this would technically be just barely enough. But what we're actually going to... So we need to get new sensors to the to the front line right now. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to build a fighter with that's going to carry a missile for us. So we're gonna make a new ship here. This is going to be the Bay. All right, that's an interesting name. The Bay class. What class are we going to call this? This is going to be a scout, a missile finder. Is there like sensor outpost, sensor platform? No, it's going to have engines. Whatever, I'll just call it a scout because it should, come on. Just call it a scout. Okay, engines. I happen to have some little fighter engines here. I don't need a bridge. We don't need a mega engineering space. Although we need some engineering. Oh, it got small. Good. We don't need that much fuel. That's for sure. Okay. And we're going to put one of these. So I'm just looking at the size here. We'll give it like some deployment time here so it can stick around with our fleet. These are going to be kind of disposable emergency fighters, but yeah, I could also, I guess, design a missile, but that's going to take longer to research in power and production because we'll need new engines and stuff like that. Okay, so what sensor do we want? Can I fit a size 2 sensor on this fighter? Also, we need, the smaller the sensor, the faster it'll be to research it, but this is something we could do in not too long, in one time increment. This is not going to help us for this fight, because the time to develop the new sensor and build the fighter and get it out there, this fight will already be over. But for the next one, it might help us. So this is going to be what, 4 crew? Yeah, this will fit in. This will fit, right? Oh, what happened to the maintenance life? I thought I put an engineering space on it. All right, this is funky. Okay, let's try this again. Give it 2 engines so it can get out there real fast. In fact, we should probably give it Well, if I had a better engine. If I had a lot of things. Oh, okay. The maintenance life wasn't 0. It's probably like way too high, and so it was just kind of like infinite, and it was writing it as 0. I suspect is what's happening there. Okay, and a small fuel tank. That's plenty of range for this whole thing. This is like a fuel efficient engine. It was designed for long range scouts that could just stay out there parked. Okay, we need to queue this up. Not that this is not going to happen anytime soon. This missile fire control for our PDCs will have to wait. Did I actually create this? I probably forgot. I probably didn't. That fighter can probably take a slightly bigger. A slightly bigger sensor. Yeah, we could take 250 easily. Yeah, we could fit a 250. Even more, but that'll be enough. Okay, let's create this. 300 research points. Let's refresh this page. This guy. We still don't have a sensors guy. How long is this going to take? 18th of April. No, we need this done like immediately. So we're going to... Sixth of April. Okay, so this is a good argument for reducing the size just to make it faster to research. So at our maximum, so it's taking 300 RP, and we can get it done in 16 days. If we were to actually, this is insane. This is such nitty gritty micromanagement. But so I just made this is what I prototyped. At 2.5 size. Now the minimum I need is 70. So I could, technically this is enough, right? And that's 140 research points. And that means it would be, the time to research it will be halved. And this is my best researcher that I could assign the project. All 22 of my labs. So instead of, it would be done like one construction cycle faster, because we get it, it's 25th of March. We'd get it done 2 cycles faster. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to make this mini sensor here. And we're going to queue him up instead of this guy. All right, it'll only take 2 5-day cycles to research this, and then we'll put it on a fighter, build the fighter. All right, so that we have a solution now to the problem. Unfortunately, we are going to continue to take a beating. Now there is something we could do. We could bring... No, there is something we could do, guys. I mean, it'll take a while, but here's what we can do. We can take we could stagger these units. We can take this guy. Detach your currently selected ship as an independent fleet. Set it to protect the current fleet at 60,000 kilometers and select that detached fleet on this window. Yes, but what direction will you be facing? Oh, here we go. Okay, so your distance, this is perfect. This is exactly what we need. So we need no offset. We want it to be directly in front. Now, okay, let's go back. My current sensor, what range do we want here? My current sensor, my current crappy sensor is this one. It can only detect missiles out to 27,000 kilometers. If we bring this vessel out to 60, we'll have a tiny, like 5,000 kilometer range between the 27, where the 27 stops, and the next one's range starts. But I think we'll be pretty good to go. This is a crazy plan, but I think this will work. Can I make this smaller? Oh, we can. Oh, good. This is what we want. Okay, this is what we want. And actually, this guy technically should be on area defense. Okay, we've done everything we can. We will shoot down these missiles because we saw them. Yeah, because they happen to enter our range, our sense range on their trip. I think temporarily that pattern with a deployed escort is going to be enough to should save our bacon. But it might. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for it to deploy the escort like this. All right, let's take a look at this. I think we just shot down all the missiles. Yep. See, when PD works, it works. Okay, but oh, actually, so interesting. So it will react. So it doesn't have an order delay to go. No, wait. What is CC Iron and why are you? What happened to you? Oh no. The CCR went to go pick it. I don't want the CCR to do that. Sorry. No. That's not what I wanted. I think it just took the first ship here. It must have misclicked. Okay, this is what we want. Let's cancel. Let's delete that. It's probably not the best way to do this. Okay. Soul Defense Force. We want one of the Mackenzie classes here. It's going to be the Morkambe. You are going to become an escort. Seriously? There's something about this UI, clearly, that I'm not doing correctly. All right. Soul Task Force. Detach the currently selected ship. Oh. Here's the selection, maybe. Maybe. What if we did this? Yeah. All right. I was used to selecting things in this menu, but in terms of selecting ships for these functions, you have to go up there. Okay. We're figuring it out. Oh, shit. People are talking to me. Sorry, Sir Breeding, you were talking to me in the streams in video, and I didn't have that there. Okay, hang on. Let's go through this. New hull. Button. Okay, that's for the fighters. Hang on. Let me just fix this. I think I think this is set. Okay, now. And then he also says start retreating, which is a good point. Yes, I should have this task force. Why the Cutlass is still doing his own thing? No, this is just an empty task force. We can delete it. Okay. Yes, I should have this this fleet be retreating so that I increase the relative speed. So I decrease the relative speed of the missiles. Yeah. Okay, we can have you retreat towards. Looks like. All right. I wish we could just move towards the sun. That'd be simpler, right? In this case. We'll make another waypoint just so we don't. So we keep things clean here. All right, we're going to waypoint 2. Waypoints, waypoint 2. Move there. Okay, they're going to start moving away in like 3 days or whenever they decide to listen to me. Okay, new hull. Okay. So Beating was telling me about my new fighter design here. Oh, to add a new hull description. Yes, I could have. It's okay. It can just be a scout. I get what that is. The fighter, yeah, it does need to be able to keep up with the fleet. I don't have a fast enough engine that can fit on a fighter. I have a 200-ton engine that was designed that powers the survey ships. But both of these engines are tuned down engines to be super fuel efficient because they were designed for another kind of mission profile entirely. So I just can't get this ship to move much faster than this. So for now, it's just gonna be slow. And so on the to-do list, I guess I can make another engine. Let's just see how just how long that would take to make. Yeah, but I know you're saying add more smaller ones, but they're just pushing engines. Like it's a super. This is the engine that they're using. They're using like it's like a size 1. Like I don't know. Yeah, they're using like a point. This is the engine they're using. So you can add a bunch of them, but it's never going to go faster than like 1,500 kilometers per second. However, okay, my speed goes at 35k. This engine can push it. Actually, I already have. So I've got an existing fighter design here that I used as just a deep space probe. But so that's one of these engine. This is a stupid design, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the mini sensor anyways. Yeah, I know. I think we could do. I'm just eyeballing it, but if we did something like. So 2.4, if we were roughly 4. I think if I just stuck to 1. No, 2.4 times 4, 5 times 10, 12. What if we got to 12 engine power? You know what? Screw it. We'll just make it as fast as it can go. This is only 70 research points. We can actually... I think we can get both of these techs done in the next 5-day tick. Maybe not, but let's see. Because I actually get the bonuses here, and it's really not a lot. Can we do it? Not quite. Well, the question is if I actually don't know when the 5-day tick is. I forget. No, we can't. Shit. All right, look. We'll guarantee... Okay. That's actually, well, no, that is a good point. I've just seen you right here. I have to, anyways, this is set for now. Back to our ships. You're saying I have to set the hostile ships as the threat. Here. Okay. That is probably important. What am I even fighting? What is the name of the thing that I'm fighting? I'm gonna look it up here. It's the Babatonga. Okay, good. That's a very important detail because that's kind of the whole point of what we're doing. We'll adjust the research labs, I guess, based on when exactly the construction tick happens. I forget. I've lost track. All right, and I'm going to keep going through the list of all the things you told me while I wasn't watching. Start retreating. Set that. Yeah, I figured that one out. No offset. Yeah, exactly. No offset. We want them to be directly in front. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's head back and watch more of my ships get blown up. As well, actually, maybe not, because it seems like this escort formation reacts instantly. They don't have to wait for confusing orders to get through. And in theory, in theory, I should now be able to detect all of these missiles. So maybe, cross our fingers, maybe we'll be safe. Oh, I should get my... yeah, look at that separation. Okay, get my events back on. Still got a few minutes before we can launch our missiles again. And the offset seems to be working nicely. So it should stop about 50,000. Yeah, so right about there. Yeah, look at that, guys. Now, of course, they could then start shooting the missiles at the escort, which, but so far they haven't been, because they're the smaller signature size ships, and so they've been shooting at other things. And I set this guy to area defense, so he's, that's actually a good question, I wonder for you, since you're listening, Cerbedian. So I set this guy as area defense because I wasn't thinking about the whole escort pattern thing. I was going to have him in a separate task group. If I have him on final fire and he's in an escort far away from the ship here, is he going to shoot? Like, how is that behavior taken care of? I think I've set this ship alone to area defense, thinking that it needed to be that way to intercept the missiles as they went by. Oh, he's on his own. Yeah, because he's in a different task group, right? Because he's yeah, he's set to area PD. Because technically here he's in a different task group, even though it's part of the same like formation. I mean, obviously it worked. I'm in area defense and it worked, but I guess the question is, if I was in final defensive fire, maybe it wouldn't work. Aha. Final fire will protect any ship within FireCon and FF range. So in this case, it wouldn't protect these ships because 50,000, which is the size of my escort, but it'll fire at the range of the target. Yeah, exactly. So I think in my case, because my weapons are such short range and I have to get my escort far out in order to boost the sensor range, that it has to be an area in this case. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, now actually these missiles, so we detected them, and we should get final fire on the rest of the ships here to shoot down whatever hasn't been shot down. Yep. Good. You know, I mean, for all the frustration of, like, you know, because these are mistakes from, like, me not remembering stuff, not having known them in the first place. Like, I'm pretty sure I knew at some point that missiles were not one size missile wasn't a one hull size thing. But I clearly completely forgot that. It all got confounded in my mind. Okay, that's interesting what you're saying there. So I'll just finish this thought. But even despite all that frustration, it is like it is still such a fun and detailed game to play. And I'm I would love to make this more of a and I will in other playthroughs, right, make it more of a sort of not interactive, but like immersive kind of role-playing thing. Like there's some amazing after-action reports for this game. Right now I'm just struggling to barely get through. But yeah, you could see how this is, a great engine for just creating a story, right? Just like commanders bumbling around not knowing what they're doing, which is very much what's happening with me right now. So you're saying normal final fire is 10k range. Because the protected target is 50k away, it would fire with an accuracy of 50k instead of 10k, right? Assuming I had... Yeah, there we go. We're picking up all the missile volleys. Let me actually zoom in here. I want to see the range. Yeah. Good eye, Murakami. Now, let's see who they're firing against. Okay. So interesting. So our ships finally decided to move 30 seconds later. That's actually not a terrible response time. Interestingly, the missile... So my ship was originally here. Oh, let's look at these ranges here. Originally here. The missiles went right around my Gauss cannons. They were at like 20 plus K, and then they ended up right here. So this time, the Murakami didn't get to shoot. You can see no attempt to fire because things were out of range. However, this will... the rest of my ships will shoot. If you're... I assume you're still watching. Good. I think we got them all. I don't see any damage reports on my ships here. Is there a way in the game to get an ETA for when damage control is going to be done? Because we got a ship here. Maybe in the history here? Nope. I'm trying to repair my missile fire control on this ship, and I don't know when it's going to be done. Or maybe there's a formula. And in that case, I would probably need to know the... is it the Restigouche class? Yeah, he says not without mathing it out. It's all odds based. Do you know, like, ballpark? Is it minutes or is it hours? I'm just curious if there's any chance that we get this fire control back up before the weapons cycle again. Oh, I was going to say, did they run out of missiles? Because I haven't seen a missile contact in a while. So it's taking about 30 seconds. Getting about 30 seconds between incoming missile salvos. Yeah, roughly 25 to 30 seconds here. "15 seconds, 20 seconds, 25. We detected, yeah, it looks like 25 seconds. Or 30 seconds exactly, actually. One thing's for sure, these guys seem to have a lot of missiles. So Cerberian says, let's give me the formula here. So it's kind of based for the repair. I was wondering about how long it's going to take to repair my fire control rate, my fire control system. And it is odds. Actually, like I remember I'm reading the wiki here, and it gives like a rough formula. Actually, we might be able to get some of these values here. All right, my fire control rating is size 10. Costs 100 build points. Yeah, but I'd be able to calculate with the probability distribution, get a rough idea of when, roughly when I could expect it to be fixed. Where do I see the damage control rating? Is that listed here? Probably is, because you just saw it somewhere. I didn't see it. Oh, I bet it's on the left here. Okay, let's look for the thing that's staring at me in the face. Damage control rating. Wow, it wasn't even an abbreviation or anything. Just spelt out. All right. Well, yeah, this just has, I mean, I don't have damage control. The tech. Come on, I don't even have ion engines. Yeah, I've seen it now. Of course, these ships are terrible. No, but I have used it, but it was during the 5-day increments, and engines have gotten fixed. So I know that that's enough to fix engines over a period of days. So it's conceivable that I could have fixed this it's conceivable that it could have fixed it. Well, I mean, it's conceivable that it'll fix itself in days. But I don't know about... Oh, did I... What was that last turn? Hostile missile contact. TCS. Uh-oh, guys, I think we're going to be hit. I think a missile landed just between... No, I have him at 50,000. That shouldn't be... All right, let's see what happens here. So what was that then? There was just a hostile missile contact, TCS-3. I don't know what that means. And then we tried to hit it and missed, and then it went away. That is weird. Good point. Sir Breeden says that with the way the game often does weird rounding mechanics, and so because it's calculating an odds, a chance of the event happening. In this case, the damage control is the percentage that it's rolling, and often it tends to round things, and so the odds of a successful repair within a 5-second time frame are so low that it's probably actually 0, and so it would never happen. Okay, they appear to have run out of missiles, which, to be fair, they've been shooting a lot of missiles at me. I'm going to set the subpulse to 5 seconds, and I'm going to allow myself to click on slightly faster. By the way, how close are we to our other waypoint? Not close at all. Good, we have plenty of movement still. Just in case they just stop firing for some random reason. Let's be brave and go 2 minutes at a time. Now, I only have 5 salvos. And in the past, it's always taken 6 salvos to shoot these guys down. So I bet you we're actually not going to kill this guy because we got a broken damage control. Yeah, charge is right. No, last time I charged the ship, I had to get in so close. Well, I don't know if they have energy weapons. I've only seen missiles on this design. They have some kind of Sea-Wiz, I think. They have something on final defensive fire. Okay. Alright, well, you didn't repair your fire control on time, so too bad. And the missiles are away. Let's just see if this kills him. What? No! They escaped! No! Damn it! I wasn't paying attention. They were moving around, and then they emptied their magazines, and they left. No! Shit! Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay. Damn it. Okay. You know, that's not an insane idea. Missile ships with no working fire con just turn into colliers. It would be a bit safer I was going to have the whole fleet go back and rearm, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to have... oh, wait. You're going to park yourself at our waypoint 1 again. Waypoints. Waypoint 1. Right, you can stop this. Head back to waypoint 1. All right. Now... you, sir, are now a collier. Now I might have to do this kind of manually. Oh, let's see. Maybe there is a magic button that's going to do this for me because it's not actually set. Hey, thanks so much. Sir Breeden is gonna head off. He's got to do some actual work. Thanks a ton for all the help and all the advice. I'm glad you could watch for a little bit. Okay, can we... No, of course we can't. We can do it in here, though. So the Cutlass, Ordnance Management. We can do it like this. That's not bad. Okay, so these are all they're names of swords. So you can transfer like this. Good. Okay. It might be a pain to reload because it's not technically color. We'll have to do a lot of manual clicking, but that will be better than nothing. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to... All right, your orders are going to be go to Earth. Add replacement crew. Interesting. I must have lost some crew. Then you're going to load ordnance, refuel. You're going to head back to the task group. And just that. And then once that's done, we'll transfer the missiles off, and we'll have to do this. We'll have to do this a few times. We won't need the replacement crew next time, though. Do that the last time. Because I want to save these orders so I don't have to type it again. So head back to Earth, refuel, load ordnance, and then back to the task group. Going to save this as temporary collier orders. That might run. We're going to run this a couple of times. Okay. Now watch like a new ship just pop up and blow everything to bits. Okay, we gotta stand down. Stand down on targets here. Clear the targets. Also, colony/interrogation fleet needs to go rescue some more survivors. All right, let's wait an hour. Oh shit, you know the Cutlass is he's pretty beat up too. What kind of time frame? How far are we from Earth? 200 plus million kilometers. Let's do some math. We're 200 million. We're going at 23 kilometers per second. It's going to take us 85,000 seconds if we... That's a day. So it's about a day to do this back and forth. New subscriber, Weretan. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying the content. And as you can see, I can use all the help I can get. All right, so that's going to take like a day to travel. So let's... Oh, and now the Cutlass. So, you know, we were joking, but actually it only took a couple of hours basically to repair this this fire control. Ooh, I should have transferred more maintenance supplies to him. How much do you have left? And is it enough? MSP 133. Let's see if you can fix your own engine, because that would be nice. And in fact, this is actually a dumb plan. No, he couldn't repair his own engine. Like now that this ship actually has its own fire control, there is not a great reason for it to be just doing this back and forth color. It might as well be with the rest of the ship firing missiles at whatever is going to come through. So, okay, your grav sensors are dead. So let's get you back home. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and head back home. And reload our ammo directly. I'm going to do it quickly and head back out as soon as we can. So we're fine on fuel. I mean, we'll refuel, I guess, but what we want is load ordnance. Get more repair supplies if we need them. And then head right back out to waypoint 1. Meanwhile, the Cutlass... Where is the Cutlass? I think I didn't change his orders. So the Cutlass is maybe now right back with the task group. Yeah, he's back here. Let's actually get you back to Earth. And once at Earth, we'll repair you. Oh, I didn't mean 1 hour. I should have done a day. Oh no, are my shipyards busy? shit, we're still repairing the talwar. We can't repair the cutlass, guys. I mean, I guess we can overhaul it. The maintenance clock is, yeah, it won't take long, but still. Let's see how badly this is going to screw me over. Okay, Soul Defensive Forces rearmed, reloaded. Excellent. Let's once again set up our picket here. At 50. There you go. And let's we'll save this pattern for the escort. And let's actually, because I'm going to forget this next time, let's make sure that while these guys are all on point blank mode, this guy, yeah, this guy should be on area. Okay, it's the 23rd of March. I'm waiting for when the next 5-day industry increment is going to be. Oh, no, I had events on. That was weird. Okay, we actually got our sensor, our fast sensor researched right away, so it kind of rounded down for us. That's great news. Let's actually put together this fighter then. Now, how fast can you go? All right, let's at least give it 2 engines, guys. 250 tons. That's reasonable. And just so they don't complain about the deployment time, we'll make it similar to the rest of the fleets. Okay, this is temporary. I am going to go ahead and finish research on that cute little engine, because I'll make one of those too. Well, let's build a fighter. It'll be ready on the 16th of April. I don't have a lot of fighter capacity, fighter production, fighter factories, sorry. Better late than never. The Cutlass completed its overhaul. Which apparently does nothing to fix these problems. However, we could at least fix these things. We won't have the armor fixed, but we can fix everything else, and we can resupply. Here, you need to go to Earth and resupply. Okay, and then let's set our research back to what it was. Well, this can do that. We're gonna queue this up again, and we can continue our work on the sensor we were developing for our PDCs. All right, how's the Cutlass doing? Maintenance supplies. Let me just... All right, well, you can slowly get your shit together. I'm keeping him here because maybe after the engine we'll need to get more maintenance supplies. Yeah, I was right to do that. So we'll have you resupply again. Okay, one fuel storage repaired. Other fuel storage repaired. I think everything is fixed now on this ship. Yep, except the armor, but we don't have the shipyard capacity right now to deal with that. Speaking of which, speaking of shipyards and shipyard capacity, we were building another slipway. We had it paused because of financial reasons, but we seem to be doing okay enough to gradually get that going. So let's in fact get that going. And now we'll finally send you to do your last refuel, because half your tanks were broken, so now your fuel ran out. Your last resupply. Load up your ordnance and then head out back to join, not the survey task group, the Soul Defense Force. Done. All right, well, that was a bit of a stressful encounter. But we learned a lot. We learned a lot, folks. I think we are better and better able to deal with these threats. Unfortunately, our capacity is being diminished as we have suffered casualties in these last few engagements, and I only expect the enemy to keep throwing more and more stuff at us. Okay. We actually built that fighter, and I was going to redesign it too. So let's just copy this design. Baby, where's the engine? Yeah, what happens if we take this off? There you go. Well, yeah, look at that. One of these engines, and we go at the same speed as the entire fleet. In fact, can we fit two? Because the range is kind of shitty. And I'd like it to have the same range. Oh shit, not this much fuel. Yeah, what if we just put a fuel tank on it? 300 tons, moves faster than the fleet, but has the same range as the fleet, so it can kind of move around nimbly. Let's rename this to the Bay, the fast kind. And I'll build one of those, queue one of those up. Fighters. Get a bunch of these. Meanwhile, new fighters on Earth. Oh, I probably had it queued up to be in the task. Yeah. Split, you can go and join. The Soul Defense Force. And once it does that, we technically are not going to need to have those escorts in front anymore, because this sensor should find everything. Fingers crossed. Okay, meanwhile, we finished our ship engines. So let's get this missile design done. This is going to be a new series, which is going to be PDC Long Range ASM. Okay, and I still have that page open on the side, so I remember what the numbers were. This fuel MSP is going to be 1.4512. The agility was going to be 0.4688. And the warhead strength was 4. Which makes it a slow-moving, very long-range missile. We're going to call... Let's give it a name. Well, it can be a size 10, just so we know what it is. Size 10. What's meant for PD? It doesn't have to be shot from a PDC, but that's what it is. Yes. Okay. In terms of research, yeah, we're still researching the launcher, so we can't design our PDC yet. This stuff will be ready in June and July. However, we can't start production of the missiles themselves. We have plenty of stockpiles of these missiles, so this is not at all an issue. Oh, wait, we have to design them. We have to research the missile itself. So many steps. Okay, let's pause this, because it makes more sense to design them, to get the missile first, because we can start production. Or does it? Because we need to build the PDCs too. Yeah. We actually need to build the PDCs. And then we can start building the missiles later. Okay. We'll get a turn complete here and just orders complete. Yeah, once that ship joins the task group, which it just did. All right, aircraft 4 and 5 have completed their overhauls. Let's have them. We've been pushing our exploration north a little bit. Let's keep up with that. One can go to Cambridge, and the 5 can go to Peterborough. Oh boy. Oh, this is not here. Thank goodness. Okay, I was worried about... this looked like a major invasion, but this is not happening in Seoul. This is happening in Regina. Okay. So... we're discovering... well, let's take a look here. Oh, we are so going to lose these scouts. Oh, right. Okay. So these scouts have been... so these ships actually have been there for a while. So I had these scout fighters gradually make their way to check out what was going on at this jump point. And they just finally got there, and they discovered a ton more ships. Why don't we see what we can tell about them here. So... these are the new ships. So there's a Dodsworth. All we know is a pretty massive thermal signature. There's an Imperial Marinero. It's got some anti-missile capability of some kind. There's a smaller, or more reasonable, smaller ship. Timbira. Atalaya. Okay. I'm glad I'm not in the Regina system. Alright, we are still like 3,000 kilometers away. No, 3 million kilometers away. So let's have these guys. Yeah, in fact, they're already moving there, so I don't know why they're heading straight in that direction. That directional vector seems questionable. What happens in 5 seconds? Okay, we're just registering a ton of contacts here, and we're confirming how fast they move. Unfortunately, they move a lot faster than my guy. My scout just moves 200 kilometers per second, so he's kind of screwed. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to shoot at me, guys. Unless they're heading in a different direction. Let's zoom in. Nope, they're heading right for us. Is there any way we could divert the scout and have him go somewhere less suicidal? I don't think so. If we have him head off like towards jump point 3. He'll probably just freeze in place, right? Yep, awaiting acknowledgement. I don't think he makes it out in time. Because these scanners are going to pick him up and then we're going to get shot to bits. Yup. That happened. However, we did gain some valuable information. They shot at us. The damage we took was from the Lotus Blossom anti-missile missile. So they have now developed a ship that has actual anti-missile capability. And that's a problem because the only way we've been able to kill them so far is with missiles. Now, and anti-missile missiles, they probably have a lot of them. So, okay, we've learned something important. The next time they come for us, it could be really dicey. Yes, I know. You've killed me. Which highlights, well, I guess we still go ahead with our plan of deploying our PDCs on Earth because being a PDC-based system, we could use our sort of massive industry to really churn out a lot of them and overwhelm these targets with missile salvos that they can't all shoot down. And certainly we'd be able to have more missiles than they have anti-missile missiles. So that's one option. Okay. Oh, we finished one of these faster fighters. Let's just have you join Missile Defense Fleet very quickly. But this just underscores the importance of getting our shit together in terms of a new weapon system, which is going to be our some kind of medium-range lasers, I think, on these ships. Looks like a lot is happening here. I bet there's a ton of fighting happening now in the Regina system. Okay, somehow we're detecting explosions here. I guess because we still have a ship. We have some ships here that are limping back home, so that explains that. All right, this is a good time, I think, to wind down the stream. Thank you all for watching. I'm assuming some of you are watching this and not live, because currently there's nobody watching live, maybe one person. Never clear if that's me watching myself or somebody else. But I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again to those who've been giving me some great advice through the Discord. And we survive another day in this treacherous galaxy filled with nasty aliens that don't care about jump points and just keep sending tons of ships at us. Hopefully we come up with a solution before they come at us with anti-missile missiles, because that's going to be pretty rough. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again for watching. Take care.